All right. Hey, guys. Again, like we didn't just chat for 10 minutes. It is July 8th. It is team call night. The energy is freaking up because there is so much going on. It is the 8th of the month and people are cruising into it with new challengers, new energy, and we have all perhaps purchased MBF and ready to rock that come Monday. So we're going to talk about some of the things that we have kind of outlined for this group. We have not done a whole ton of planning. We just really wanted to bring this group, bring the energy as a team in here, and to really not micromanage, but to just empower you to show up in this group, make the most of it, make it a killer opportunity and a killer experience is what I'm trying to say for your challengers. And we will talk about those plans. But before we jump into that, couple of housekeeping things. The Diamond Dash came out of nowhere. It literally fell into our inbox like yesterday. We shared it yesterday. This is different from what we usually run because you're getting insight from coaches that you wouldn't typically hear from. So it's not like the leaders on our team just saying, you know, we're going to run this and run with us and then fizzle out. They do sometimes. This is 45 days planned out starting Monday to coincide with a virtual summit next week to amp up the energy. And it is with top leaders in this company, multi-million-dollar earners from Beachbody, Keith Callahan, Patrick Reelman, Haley Christian, Morgan Rieger. I don't know her, but if she's up on this board with these coaches, she's doing something right, and Siobhan Little. So yeah, if you guys have not already enrolled in that, if you're pushing in this business, this is the thing to pay into. $20 gets you started in this Diamond Dash contest or competition. If you achieve Diamond, I didn't write down the details, but if you achieve Diamond by within the 45 days and then you have to hold it for 6 weeks, you get a piece of that pot, and there's already over 100 people joining. So definitely worth getting involved in. Unfortunately, not everyone is going to hit Diamond, so you're not going to just be getting your $20 back, but it's going to accelerate your business if you use it right? I know we've had historically some really strong Diamond Dashes. Dana, I believe, was saying that the Empowered Elite hit 6-star qualifying in that time last time a Diamond Dash came around, like a top leader led Diamond Dash came around. So get involved in it, but don't just pay the $20 and sit back. Pay the $20 and put it in your planner. Check into Diamond Dash. Do the thing in Diamond Dash. If the only thing you do in your business is check into Diamond Dash and do the call to action that day with your invites, like the normal, business activity tracker, you're going to grow your business. The business activity tracker is part of this group. So if you don't know what that means, it's basically your own, Beachbody has one, but your tracking system of today I invited, I followed up, I had conversations, I made new connections. It's your power hour of sorts. So it's going to be accountability for your business activity tracker, and you're going to be getting some really not you, I'm in it. We're all going to be getting some really cool information and calls to action and tips and training on how to keep growing our business. And coming off of a virtual summit is going to be very cool. So if you haven't already enrolled in that, the information is in the team page. Now is the time to push. Like, it's kind of like, pardon my French, like shit or get off the pot kind of moment. Like, this is your moment to do it with MBF launching, and you can only enroll coaches right now. Like, go all in. So it's the perfect culmination of, the perfect storm, I guess, of things that are going to help us grow our business this summer.
Can I just chime in on this real quick?
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify in case anybody has questions so we can get them out of the way real quick. But it says, like, the requirements are post a business activity tracker and your Diamond tracker accountability every week to with a chance to win Lululemon gift cards. There's a $20 entry fee. You have to PayPal that for access to be granted. To win the money pot, you must enroll for a minimum of 4 new coaches in rank advanced to diamond or beyond. So you can rank advanced to diamond, or you can rank advanced to star diamond. And yes, if you have a spouse that you are working the business with, that is going to count as well. I think Maggie and I talked about that last night. You must hold diamond or the new star diamond rank for 6 weeks to qualify for the money pot. If you were diamond and dropped, you still qualify to win the pot if you're recruiting for minimum and holding diamond rank once again, which means if you were a diamond previously and you dropped rank, this is a huge opportunity for you to like get back rolling and dive in with your business again too. So this is huge, 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 huge. And if I can say anything from the last time we did this, it was also with Keith and Patrick, and they were some of the best trainings that I've ever seen like in Beachbody, with like all the different events, all the different everything. They're just like straight and to the point, the best of the info of whatever that given topic is. So that alone is worth your $20 buy into it. But if you can really propel your momentum, because these groups tend to be so high energy and so action oriented, and you are in there with movers and shakers that are taking action, and that confidence is kind of transferable. Like you see people crushing it, it makes you want to crush it. And I think we all show up a whole lot more when there's a lot of that hype and energy. So get in there.
And I want to say, I treat this as if you just invested $1,000. Like literally, I just invested in Chic Influencer. It was $800. You bet I'm showing up there every day. Like you bet I'm writing it in my planner. Like you bet that is my lane right now. Like I'm not getting distracted by all the other things. Like that's what I'm focused on. So focus in on Diamond Dash. $20. Like if we talk about investing in your business all the time, $20 invest. Like if that's tough for you, enroll somebody and use that commission to repay you for this $20 enrollment. So yeah, show up to it. But I will tell you, if you enroll and you don't like check in, or you don't make a plan on when to check in, you're going to fall off the tracks and you're going to lose. Like you're just going to be off in the first week. So invest, but make a plan on when you're going to be able to show up and participate is my point. Friday. So this is all like this train is leaving the station right now, because Friday is our team virtual summit. I'm going to call it the pre-party, because corporate's virtual summit is next week. Like I so badly wish we were all getting on a plane and going to New Orleans and partying together and being there in person, but we cannot. So Beachbody is probably going to bring it next week. But Friday night, the Difference Maker movement with a few other teams, I think. I actually don't know if it's a few other teams, so they're just doing it for us. But Friday night, starting at 7:15, there are 3 speakers lined up for us. So 7:15 is Christina Delgado talking about team culture, cultivating team culture. At 8 o'clock after her is Jamie and Kim Fitzpatrick from Canada. They're both Superstar Diamond coaches. Like they're married and they're rocking this. And they are talking about systems for training and getting coaches started. Yes, please. And then 8:45 is Brittany Leggett talking about building your business through the struggle, right? Because it's not all butterflies and roses all the time, and shit happens in life. And how do you keep growing a business when it's tough to show up? So very cool topics. That is all Friday night. And then next week is the Beachbody corporate event. There's a couple of random things going on throughout the week, but the big general session opening is Thursday, just like it would be if we were there. I did not write the time down. I want to say it's, shoot, I should have wrote the time down. I want to say it's like 11:30 or something. I could be, or no, don't mark my word. I got the other one down. Friday, 4:30 is the Beachbody Challenge, which gives me all the good feels about why we do what we do. That's when you're going to see like major transformations, the people who win $100,000, like energy, crazy, perfect things to put in your stories, to market, to show people what is Beachbody celebrating at Summit. And then Saturday morning at 11 a.m. is the closing or general session. So I will check on I posted a graphic in the team page, but I didn't write down the time for Thursday. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there's something happening those days for the virtual Beachbody Summit. So energy will certainly be up this week as we kick off MBF, have our virtual summit, and kick off Diamond Dash. Who in here has a goal for Diamond and Beyond right now? Cool. Yeah. So we all in there. We all working for something. Those are all the housekeeping things, I think, as of right now. And now we can kind of jump into what we're doing with MBF. If you want to kick that off, Dana.
If you want to kick us off about the MBF, the launch group, since you're the
Sure.
one kind of setting it up and kind
Sure.
of what we planned for it, and then I'll kind of talk about the launching it and all that good stuff.
Okay, perfect. So, as you guys may or may not know, the Facebook group, we have come together for, thank you, Amanda just posted the times in the, 7 a.m. 7 a.m.? Really? I'm gonna check that because
Eastern? That's so early.
post in the team. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 9 a.m. That is like the UK summit and the Latina summit and French. Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, so 11, 12, 1, 2. I didn't even see. Kendra Hall is going to be on 2 p.m. on Wednesday. And then Thursday, it is Pacific time, so 11, so 12, 1, 2. Okay, anyway, it's all here on this graphic in the team page, so check the times there, guys, but there's lots going on, July 13th through 18th. But I didn't realize it was Pacific time, which is 3 hours before us. Am I correct with that? Right? Okay. Okay. So I'll confirm the times in there and regroup on that. Thank you. All right. So MBF, we are rocking it. You guys are doing such an awesome job. We've got people enrolled. All of us are enrolled. We've got people enrolled, ready to kick off on the 13th. Our snafu was that it wasn't really public that there's a break. The MBFA is not launching until August 17th. Okay, so it's okay. We're rolling with the punches here, and we're going to focus in. So July 13th, we're kicking off weeks 1, 2, and 3 will take us to August 2nd. The week of August 2nd and the week of August 9th. It's a 2-week period between MBF and MBFA. We have kind of decided to run a nutrition focus couple weeks with pop-up like workouts. Like keep doing the same workouts, do kind of a mashup, and then kick off MBFA after that. We're open to suggestions about the workouts and things like that, but we really want to focus because everyone's getting 2B Mindset and Ultimate Portion Fix. And we want to use that time to hone in on nutrition and make it a really nutrition focused group while still moving our bodies. And you can use that 2-week prep time to get people in for an August 17th kickoff if they're doing MBFA, or new challengers can start on the 17th as well doing MBF. Does that make sense? So August 17th will be wave 2, as well as the kickoff for the advanced level for those who already did it with us.
I think that's going to really be good for August though, because I think we'll have hopefully we'll have at least a handful of people to show with really great results from MBF regular, and then we'll show those off for 2 weeks, sign a bunch of people up to do a second round that will coincide with us starting MBFA.
Yeah, I agree.
A little weird.
At first I was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Because I know people who did MBF are going to be like, what, I have to wait 2 weeks, but we've got to keep that positive space of here's the plan. We're going to let people know up front, when you finish MBF, we're celebrating the heck out of weeks 1, 2, and 3. Start, get your measurements, do it, finish it 100%, share your results. Let's hone in on nutrition while we do some kind of mashups of weight training and things like that. They get to see more about BOD, keep the energy up, make it fun, make it challenging. It might be like a pop-up, like you don't know what workout's coming until 8 p.m. the night before or something like that. Or we call on someone to be like the workout picker, like pick a workout, you're in charge this day, like something, whatever. That can be hammered out. But we just know we've got those 2 weeks in there that will be, like you said, Laura, like a buffer period for enrolling new people, sharing results, getting the hype up, getting people in and prepped while the others are focused on 2B as well. So, or nutrition. So the end of MBF, those people will have that like nutrition focus on the end of that first round, while newcomers will have that access to nutrition focus before they start. So we can have that as like a major enrollment prep period. Megan Davies said to go without the ropes until they come and not to use dumbbells. So she said, like, don't use dumbbells. Some people are kind of using dumbbells, not to use them, just to do it without. Just like Shanti would do, Autumn, like all the jump rope stuff. And it will up the ante when they arrive. That question was in the chat if you guys are listening to the recording about using a jump rope or using bod ropes, since we won't have them right away. What else did I want to say? So the group is open. The MBF group is open. You can start adding people like right away. I will probably check out the MBF posts and like schedule those in, so there will always be something. But we're really just asking that you like keep checking in, like put it on your calendar, put it in your phone as a reminder, like go in and support people, make it interactive. Like if people are asking questions, we're responding to them, we're posing questions, we're sharing things, we're eating, energy, mood, mindset, anything. If you notice the page is quiet that day, like go live. We're only doing Facebook for this team group. I do have all my challengers in a bod group, if that helps. Thank you, Dana, for adding the group. If you have any trouble adding people, Facebook is weird, and it's not like a group setting. It just, whenever I search for people in there, it won't like pop up with a list of people to add. I don't know why. So what I have to do is I have to share the link with people I'm inviting.
Do you guys mind just share? And I apologize if you already have. Can you just share it? Like, because right now I'm trying to copy it on here and it won't let me. Can you just share it in the pages so that we can add our people? Because
yep, it's shared in Aspire Nation today.
Okay, because and like I said, I just may not have seen it, but just
no,
to
that's
share,
okay.
I didn't even know we had one open.
Yep, nope, I just started doing that today to make sure we got people going in there. There's nothing planned in it yet, so except for a welcome post. So going in and like saying hello to people or welcome and liking and whatever. Maybe we can do even like a welcome week type of giveaway, which Laura and I kind of talked about a little bit. So we'll have something going to get the energy up this week. And the typical prep posts like measurements, before photos, measurements, etc.
Yeah, I was even thinking of trying to do something in the first couple days where like I take people who like introduce themselves in the welcome post and then post a couple of other things, like counting those and then putting them in a drawing and drawing someone in the first couple of days just to like kick it off and get people excited.
Yeah.
You can win something if you're engaging, you know?
Yeah.
So
I also want to mention to everybody, because I had to do a little bit of digging research / when the enrollments went out. They did add auto renewal to this nutrition membership. So I highly suggest checking in with your challengers after the first 3 weeks and reminding them that they have things on auto ship, Shakeology or Performance Line, and the Nutrition Plus thing. I don't know about it yet. None of us do. Like, it's a brand new launch, so it's worth all of us kind of exploring this month. But I do want you guys to know that is a $19 monthly charge for their nutrition membership, which may be super valuable to them, but it may be something they're not utilizing, and you don't want them to be like, I got charged blah, 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 blah for this. So just know that. I told my challengers going into it, I said, these are the things on auto ship. We can assess where you're at after 3 weeks. Sound good? Okay, any questions about the group or what needs to happen in there?
I have a question with the coaches that could be added. They will also get the coach charge every month too, correct?
Yep. So anyone who enrolls right now before the 27th with MBF will be enrolled as a coach for that $16.95 a month, Nutrition Plus $19 a month, and their product. So they can adjust accordingly after that.
And make sure to just share the value, Cecily, of being enrolled. It's like I share it often too, especially if they're not interested. Some people will be like, no way on coaching. And so I don't even touch on that initially. I just say it's your wholesale membership. Like you're paying to get the 25% off on the products, and it's still a better deal if you're going to order Shakeology, which a lot of people are, to pay that fee. Otherwise, you'd be paying more for Shakeology and more for shipping. Just to make sure you're like reiterating that to your people that you're signing up.
Yeah, I've got a couple that I've been talking to about it, and that's how Kelly Spencer got me to do this, because she's like, why are you paying full price for this? That's stupid.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
was like the exact email was, why are you paying full price? That's stupid.
Solid approach.
Yes.
Yeah, I usually, as like an aside, I usually offer that if I know they're going to stick to something, like if it's someone who says like, I have a wedding I'm planning for and it's 5 months away, okay, like get coach enrollment even if you're not going to coach. If they're like, nope, never going to coach, not sure if I'm going to stick to it, generally I enroll as a customer unless it's a new launch, that's only coach access, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, little aside. Anyone who gets MBF right now to the 27th has to enroll as a coach.
I mean, the thing that's a little bit nice about that is that it's a slam dunk in terms of like for me right now, trying to get back 2-star or whatever, like it's helping build my downline and it's getting people the deals. It's like another reason to like say, if you want to be in with this launch, you have to sign up as a coach. So it's been an easier like sell, if you will, for me to say, I know you really want in on this. It's the only way to do it right now. So
yeah, the launch of the team, like all starting on day one. That's kind of the hook for a lot of my people right now.
And then I say, if you have any friends that want to join us, we can sign them up under you, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
So Dana is going to take us through kind of her launch style and her follow-up and kind of overcoming objections right now, because everyone can slay this launch. Even if you haven't enrolled a single person for MBF right now, there's still time. And Dana's going to kind of share some hot tips on what to do right now to take action.
Okay, get a notebook out because I'm going to go through quite a bit of stuff pretty fast. But first, I'm genuinely curious, how many of you typically feel confident launching a new program, and how many of you typically feel like you're like, I'm not really sure what to say, or not a lot of people are interested because I haven't done it, I don't have results yet, I can't speak to it yet, so it's kind of like you don't feel as connected to sharing to it. Like, who feels confident about launches? Curious. Who's like not too sure? Okay, so I asked this because I personally feel like I've always done launches, but I haven't necessarily always felt connected to launches, or I felt kind of like I was just sharing what I was supposed to be about the program, or like details of the program or what it was about, but wasn't necessarily connected to like why I was doing it or why I was excited about it, nor like really breadcrumbing in parts of my story that are going to connect to the people that you want to connect with to get them on board with this program. So I want to just like talk a little bit about making a launch your own. And the ways that you can easily do that are talking about who you were pre-Beachbody and what you needed in relation to this program specifically. It is super short and effective workouts. It is going to get people those results fast within 3 weeks, right? Pretty much anybody can stick through something, for a 3-week period, get really great results, build that confidence, and feel like they're continuing on. Maybe you really, really struggled with nutrition. You were a yo-yo dieter. You tried all the pills, the wraps, the fits, the fads, the whatever. This program comes with both nutrition plans, right? So that's a fantastic edge to talk about with this program. that may draw in the people who are kind of apprehensive about fitness, but they're really drawn into needing the nutrition component. Also talking about why you are excited about this right now. So like, have you been in a quarantine funk? Like, are you burnt out from being home with the kids? Are you back to work and it's really stressful? Like, what is going on in your life right now that is making you really fired up to dive into muscle burns fat? Because maybe you've just been kind of going through the motions, or you've been slacking on nutrition, or you've just been doing workouts but not really like with a goal or a plan. So kind of talking about who you were prior to Beachbody and thinking about things that are relatable to the people that you are wanting to get to join us for this launch, right? Talking about those in your posts, because here's why I say this is because a lot of times when a new program is launching, we like to give all the details. Like, it's this many days a week, it's this many minute workouts, it has asymmetrical movement, so it's building lean muscle and it's shedding fat and like all these things. But if you think about you pre-Beachbody, you would have read that and you probably would have felt no connection to it, right? Because it means absolutely nothing to you when you're, say, somebody who has 50 pounds to lose, you're binge eating sugar because you're stressed out, like you haven't worked out in the last 3 years, and you're looking at some chick who's smiling and super fit already talking about 35-minute muscle building workouts, and you're like, what? Like, you don't relate to that, right? So thinking about the things you struggled with, connecting the dots to why this program would be the solution for that ideal person, AKA the old version of you, and then also talking about why you are excited about it right now, whether that is because launches are high energy and we're all doing it together. People have access to these nutrition plans that they're typically paying a ton more money for, so they're getting a ton of value, right? But making this launch your own by bringing you and your story and why you're excited into it versus just sharing the facts and about the program. Does that make sense? It gives it a totally different like energy and excitement, because then you feel like you're owning this launch versus just sharing the launch. The next part, obviously, which we're kind of talking about since we have this first span of MBF and then the 2-week break and then the customer launch and, then launching MBFA, is in this first MBF window, like, go all in. If you've never gone all in with nutrition on your journey, go all in this time with nutrition, like to a T. Do your containers, follow your Tubi mindset, use your tracker, do your weigh-ins, like go 100% all in, not just with your fitness and your nutrition, but your workouts, because in that 3-week span, people are going to watch you. And at the end of that, we're going to have collectively between us all and whoever joins us for this group, we're going to have a ton of incredible results and testimonials to share about why people should join us for the next portion of this challenge. So people might be continuing on to join us for MBFA, or people might be coming on board when it launches to customers, or next month for the August kickoff of another round of MBF while a lot of us are doing MBFA. Does that make sense? So like, this is like real time people getting to watch you talk about it, explain the hype about it, why you're going to do it, why you're excited. And all of those people who are silently watching behind the scenes that are too unsure, that don't really want to join you yet, they don't believe, they're on the fence, but they're too afraid, whatever it is, they're going to watch us through the next month. They're going to watch us crush it. They're going to watch what's happening in our challenge groups. They're going to watch the results that we come out of this sharing. And by the end of that 3 weeks, we're going to have a ton more people that you're able to follow up with and connect with that have been following the whole time, that were too scared to join the first time around, that are going to be all in the second time around. And I think that's a huge opportunity we have here that we don't always have with a launch, because typically it's just one launch and whoever joins, and then we all do it and it's done and over with, and we don't typically do another group. But with this one, we kind of have 2 windows of opportunity to have people join us. And I think that's a huge, huge upswing of this program.
And it's so short. Like, we're so used to lately doing like our 100-day meltdown, like 80-day obsession, like even 6 weeks and things. tend to get long. We've got 3 weeks to absolutely bring it and slay it and get results and feel good and keep the energy up before we start being like, all right, round 2, like we're going here for it again, and we can all share each other's results and things. So yeah, 3 weeks is huge. Think back to 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme and the results people were getting. This is going to be a really similar, like a mirrored results journey, if that makes sense. Like 3 weeks, boom, move on to the next one, keep the energy up, etc.
Yep. I also want to say on a side note, because I mentioned testimonials. I personally am going to ask my people that join, I'm going to start asking this of all my challengers in my groups anyways, because I'm putting a highlight on my Instagram, like, you know, the little swirl things that go below your bio. I have one that says testimonials now, and it's kind of on my agenda to start collecting testimonials, to start plugging in there so that when I'm talking to someone, I can send them to that highlight and have them look through real testimonies of real people who've been in my groups, who've had results. So I'm going to be asking all of my people that join MBF, our MBF group, that at the end of the 3 weeks, they give an honest testimonial about the program, about their experience in the group, about the results they got, the community we have, the tools we offer, all that good stuff, so that I can put all those like short little testimonials in the highlights of my Instagram so that when I go on to promote the kind of second round of the MBFA launch, that I have actual stories and testimonials from people who did the first part of the group with us, which I personally think people really connect to that, because we, of course, can say like our groups are amazing, they're so high energy, and the community is one of a kind and all that kind of stuff, but it's a little different when it's coming from a third party of someone else who is talking about you and your groups and the experience they had without you actually saying it yourself. So just keep that in mind, that you might want to ask your people. Just say, hey, at the end of this 3 weeks, would you mind writing a short testimonial about your experience with the program and the group? I'd love to hear your feedback. It would mean a lot to me. The next thing I wanted
Dana,
to,
I had a quick question. So I know that both To Be Mindset and Ultimate Portion Fix come with this. My husband and I just finished 6 weeks of the work. I don't know how many of y'all did that, but that was insane. And so he's going to do MBF. I told him he has to post pictures with me. But he wants to build muscle, because like the big thing, and his brother is this huge naysayer. And so I really just selfishly want to like shove this in as well. Because he's like, you'll never gain muscle. You'll never bulk up. You'll never do X, Y, and Z. So do we like know where we can find that stuff? So it's another component we can talk about, because I feel like all the time we talk about getting lean, and there are some of us who want to bulk. And I want him to do it in a way that's healthy and right too.
So I would personally say follow Ultimate Portion Fix, because you can go in weight loss mode, you can be in maintenance mode, which is what I am in, because I don't want to lose weight, nor do I necessarily want to gain weight. So I'm a maintenance bro, but you can put it in like the gain weight bracket where he's in a higher calorie bracket, so that as he's doing the workouts, he's going to start building more lean muscle. And I would also really make sure he's taking the performance line. So Energize, Recover, and Recharge is amazing if you've never had it. It also is like magically just gets rid of your soreness. So it's great if he wants to start lifting heavier, because for him to gain weight, it's not just going to be about him eating more. It's going to be about him lifting heavier to build more lean muscle. So highly suggest Ultimate Portion Fix. Yeah, creatine, Katie said. I've never done creatine. I can't speak for it, but yes, that's more of a men's product, I feel like, even though I do know some women do it. Definitely Performance Line. And
we've been using that. I just didn't know between the two. And that's what we talked about. I was like, I think you're going to have to really decide to do Portion Fix. But he was like, oh, that seems really strict. But
well, you can kind of apply To Be Mindset principles, where it's like, if you want to have a little, snack of something, you kind of do To Be Mindset. Or you know, you
Right.
skip your carb at dinner and do the veggies type deal. But if he wants to put on weight, he has to be kind of knowing how much he's eating and of what, or he's not going to get that result. So
Yeah, that's what, okay, cool. I'm glad to kind of verify that with you guys, because that's helpful. And I was just kind of shooting from from the hip with that. So.
yeah, and check out the Beachbody blog too, because they have meal plans on there, and I know that they have them for higher calorie brackets, so it might even be simple for him to pull one of those and you don't even have to think about what to eat on it. I can send it to you if you want.
That would be awesome. Thanks, Dana.
I would also
Oh, sorry.
I would just also go in the coach page. Oh God, what the heck is it called? The Beachbody corporate MBF page that Megan is hosting, and like browse in there or post the question if they allow you to post a question, and just be like, my husband's looking to build with this program, like, and just get some like real, I mean, Dana's professional, but you know what I mean, like personal trainer advice and what Megan herself has designed it for, and she might have something else to add to Dana's good advice. Worth utilizing that page for all of us. Like I know in the past it can get a little overwhelming. There's lots of coaches in there and lots of questions, but you might be able to even just search the page. It may have already been addressed, those kinds of things for all of us.
Cool. Okay. So the next part we're going to cover really quickly is who to invite and how. And I'm going to give you a list, because this is kind of what I have taught myself to do at the beginning of every month, but also especially for launches, I kind of do my rundown. I don't just go out and invite. Like I have kind of a system of sorts I've figured out that works for me to kind of cover all the bases. So first and foremost, if you've been a coach for a while, if you're new, this is kind of irrelevant for you, but if you've been around a while, is go in your Coach Island office, run a report of your customer orders, and pull your Beachbody on demand renewals. If you have people that their Beachbody on demand renewal is scheduled for this month or next month, I would reach out to those people, especially if they're inactive on Shakeology or they're inactive for Beachbody on demand. Reach out to them and let them know, because here's the thing: if their Beachbody on demand renews, it's $99, right? And if they're going to pay $50 or $70 to get the MBF access, it's kind of silly, because all they'd have to do is cancel their Beachbody on demand membership, and then they can re-sign up with a challenge pack and get MBF, their whole year of Beachbody on demand, Ultimate Portion Fix, 2B Mindset, Shakeology, Performance Line, whatever they're going to get for way less money for way more. If you want the email, I can post it in the team page of what I send to my Beachbody on demand renewal people. But more often than not, the majority of them say yes, and they re-sign up that way. So that's the first thing I would do. The second thing is go back to your people who are inactive, whether they are customers or coaches. Launches are a great way to get people re-hyped up if they have fallen off track, whether they, fell off track with their workouts, they're not posting in groups anymore, they haven't been engaged for a while. Life happens, things happen, people fall off, they lose motivation. I think it's really important to stay connected to your people and constantly encourage and give them new opportunities to dive back in and join you, because at some point they wanted to work on their wellness goals. And like we know, part of why we're consistent all the time and we work through those motivation slumps is because we are coaches, right? But people who don't have the skin in the game like we do need opportunities to come back. And maybe this is a great way for them to do that. So just reach out with like, hey, how are you? I wanted to let you know we have this new program launching. We're doing an awesome group for it. I'd love to have you back if that's something you're interested in. Obviously, current customers and current coaches, get them involved with launches. It's great for coaches, obviously, for the reasons we were just talking about, but getting current customers involved. So posting about it in your challenge groups, sending out an email if you have all your people in an email system, letting current customers know that they can join us for this launch as well if they need a more specific plan. And I am finding that after this whole quarantine period that a lot of people need something to really kind of have a fresh slate, have a fresh start, dive all in and recommit, because a lot of us have been just kind of going through the motions, right? New invites. So Obviously, you can do new invites from your posts and your stories. So what we talked about in the beginning about making this launch your own, sharing part of your story, sharing why you're excited, reaching out and inviting the people that like, comment, and engage on those posts, and reaching out and connecting with and inviting people that follow your Instagram and or your Facebook stories. So I personally reach out to people if I've never talked to them from my stories, and I just say something along the lines of like, hey, thanks for the love and support. I really appreciate you following my journey. I hope you find something inspiring or encouraging. I don't know if you've seen me post recently about our new program that is launching, but if you have any health and fitness goals, I'd love to chat with you about them. It's literally that simple. I don't specifically invite them to the program. I just reach out, thank them for following along, and ask them if they have any interest in learning more, and then take it from there. The next thing is follow-ups. So we know our business is built on follow-ups. The majority of how a lot of us hit Success Club every single month is by follow-ups. It's not by initial invites, right? So going back to lists of people that you have invited that have said, no, not now, it's not good timing, reaching out and connecting, because a lot of times new programs and people seeing the hype of that, people want to be a part of it, and it's kind of that kicker to get them over the ledge to say yes, because it's something new and fresh and exciting to be a part of. And for the people who say no, not now anyways, keep a list of those people, because those are the people that you are going to follow up with next month after we crush this first 3 weeks. You get those results, you share about it, they've been following you this whole time, and you're gonna follow up with them in August. The other thing is people who need help with nutrition. So if you maybe make some, I'm probably gonna make some kind of like fun engagement posts in my Instagram stories asking questions about nutrition. So like, do you struggle with knowing what and how much to eat? Do you struggle with emotional eating? Are you, drowning in sugar cravings right now? Do you struggle with energy? Asking questions in relation to nutrition, because like I said, that's going to be a huge draw-in point for this program that is not necessarily about the specific program, but it comes with the program. So talking about nutrition, your journey with nutrition, your journey with whatever nutrition plan it is that you choose to follow, or why you've been slacking on nutrition and you need to get back on track with this program. But making sure you're talking about that and having conversations with people that need help with nutrition, because this is going to be an awesome opportunity for them too. Obviously, you can always go through with customers that you have or discount coaches that never have any interest in joining as coaches. I, from time to time, post something in our challenge group as like a referral program. So if you have people that have, like I have a customer of mine, she's been a customer on and off for 4 years. She just referred her sister to me. She has zero interest in coaching. She doesn't want to sign up as a discount coach, but she loves me. She loves working with me, and she referred her sister to me. So thinking about customers, long-term customers you have that will never, ever want to do anything with coaching, and reaching out and letting them know, hey, whether they're joining us or not for this, letting them know that, you can do something if you want in return, like a $5, $10 Amazon gift card for a referral if someone signs up, whatever you want to do, or you don't have to do that, whatever. But referrals are really great for your business. So don't be afraid to ask for those, especially if you have a really great connection with a customer, and or post about it in your challenge groups. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is that if you didn't see it in the team page, I made a Google site last week. I made this as like a third-party tool resource, because I know that a lot of times with launches, especially with new coaches, we're like, what the hell do I say? How do I explain this program to people? Like, there's so many like FAQ type questions that people are going to have that we may not know because we have not done it and don't have the experience yet, right? So I posted it in the comments here, but this Google site, any of you can use it. There are some testimonials in there at the top that kind of draw people in from coaches that did the test group. It tells all about what the program is about, what kind of workouts it is, who's it for, why is nutrition important. And it's a great resource if somebody's like reaches out on your stories, they see you share about it and they're like, what's this all about? And you're like, here, cool, let me send you this Google site. And like, do you mind if I ask you some more questions to see if this would be a good fit for you? Because I personally always backtrack if somebody asks me about a specific program and how much it costs. I never, ever just throw out a challenge pack price to them. I always make sure to backtrack, ask questions about their goals, make sure that MBF is going to be the best fit for them. And then I will explain that. And this is where I'm getting into overcoming objections, but we can kind of surpass a lot of the objections that we might get by making sure that we are building the value before we offer the price. So a lot of times when we have launches come and we share the little clips of videos or whatever, you have people reach out and say like, hey, how much is it to join for this? Please don't ever just respond, it's $160. Don't do that, because if you backtrack and you ask someone questions about their goals, about their fitness, about their nutrition, and you figure out that MBF is the perfect fit for them, but then you also have more insight as to what it is they struggle with, which nutrition plan they need, and you can express and explain that value of why this is going to be the best solution for them. And then I like to go through and break down. Beachbody On Demand is $99, Shakeology is $129. Both nutrition plans separate are $119 each. MBF accessories are sold separately as well. So you're getting all of this combined for $160, or if they choose to do a deluxe with all of it, it is like insane value that people are getting right now. And that alone, asking the questions, building the value, connecting to why this is specifically going to be the best solution for them, and then explaining and educating them on the cost is going to help you skip through a lot of the objections that you might be getting. And if you get them, that's we could do a whole call on that, but it's really, again, learning how to share your story, your experience with it. The found approach is one of the best things to do. I know how you feel. I felt that way too. I was not a fan of superfood shakes, but this is how the experience worked for me, or this is what I found in doing at-home fitness programs, because I can get up, I get it done before my kids wake up in the morning. I have no guesswork of what I need to do to get results. I have no guesswork of what or how much to eat to see the fitness results I want. And I have a community of support right at my fingertips, right? So when you do get objections, making sure that you take that I know how you feel. I felt that way too. This is what I found approach, and explaining your story and just kind of talking from the heart. And even then, some people are going to say, no, that's fine. Put them on your follow-up list. Those are people you're going to check back in on next month. So that's it. If anybody wants to add to that, we'd love to hear your tips too.
Nailed it.
I think too, if it's something I like, this is really probably the first time I've really used it well. I made a Google form for people to fill out. So I say, like, if you're interested, like, I know this is kind of, I don't even say that. I just say, are you willing to fill out this form for me? It just helps me like know your goals. And the people that have been emailing me about this launch, like, they're telling me like half of their life story. It's really super helpful stuff that I wouldn't maybe necessarily get in like small chat otherwise. So I think it's helpful, like, moving forward too, so then you have it like documented. Remember when you said you really wanted to lose 20 pounds and you wanted to make yourself a priority? Like, are you actually doing that? Because I feel like you're not, or whatever it might be. I'm just using Google Forms. I find that easiest because then they automatically, it says in my Gmail, like, someone answered your Google form, which is helpful. And then I have a link to it too on my Instagram, which randomly a few people have filled it out there. But it's really helpful. Sorry.
I have to say too, guys, and I just actually
I'll share it with you, Rachel.
And it's some of I don't have a specifics right now, like for MBF, but I just started like a Google form that I just actually sent to like all my challengers that have come up, like at all, like coming on up recently today. And I can see, like, even on this call, like all the people that are watching it and people saying done, 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 that I listened to a call recently and I shared about it in Empowered Elite. And the girl was basically like, look, I did a Google Doc, and it was basically like, your job is to fill this out the day one that you sign up. And it lets you know, like, simple things of like what program you're starting. So if not everyone is specifically to MBF, no matter what it is they're doing, what day are you starting? When are you ending? What are your goals? Blah, blah, blah. So it's all in one concrete place, because we're kind of like shuffle around into a lot of different systems right now. And then you can like legit write out like even a calendar to be like, this person's ending MBF on this day. Like, let me keep checking in with this person over these 3 weeks, or this person's doing MM100. Let me check in with this person this period of time. But it makes you focus to like what challengers are doing, because not everyone's going to be doing the same program, but really makes you engage what they're doing, what their goals are, so you can keep checking in with them as they're needing. And it's kind of cool. Like I said, I just sent it this evening before this call, and the amount of alerts that are popping up saying people are saying, I've done, I've completed, I've completed, I've completed. I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to say. So I guess it's a way to kind of keep everything in one spot, and also really just see what people are needing for themselves and being able to help them.
Laura, are you okay? I saw her like run. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, sorry. And I'm not even muted. My puppy was like acting like he needed to go out, and I was really
Oh,
excited
I
that
thought
maybe he
someone
was
like,
telling
I
me.
thought you like ran to a kid. I was like, God,
No, my puppy's not potty trained, and he was acting like he had to go out, so I was very excited. I don't think he really had to.
But yes, Kelly, I agree. Google Forms, and you just gave me so much like idea of just like putting it on my big calendar of like names, check in with these people. I need to get better at that. So
I think it'll be so much easier to just share and be like, okay, like Debbie started this on Monday and is going to finish it then. Okay. So like each week, just check in with her. Like, you know,
Yeah.
how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. Like, well, how are you doing? You're ending. Okay. Now you're ending. What's next? Like, so we can keep that
Kelly,
momentum.
what's the visual reminder that you use for that?
What?
she
What's
writes
the
it on her
visual?
calendar.
Oh, you write it on your calendar.
I think I use Google Streak personally. I like Google Streak a lot, but I think for Google Streak, for me, what could be good is I think I'm visual in the fact that if I have like 1 million people, I think I need to write it on a calendar to say like this person's starting this day, so supposedly ending this day. So I kind of have an idea of like when to check in with them, but I could easily then just go and throw in my Google Streak in their thing because they're already in there and say, check in with them in 1 week. You know, check like 1 week check-in, 21-day fix, like 2-week check-in, morning meltdown, whatever it is, because then I'll get the email alerts on top of it. But I think I'm going to get one like stupid like dollar store calendar or whatever, and just like map out as new people are starting, when they're starting, when they're ending, because I have it in my Google form now, like when are you starting, you know, what program, so I can clock when they're ending and like really watch, because I think so many people are doing different programs right now that it's hard to kind of keep up. And I don't want to lose them and be like, oh my God, they finished like a month ago. And I never even like checked in to just be like, are you doing anything more? You know, like what's next? So I think having something, and I think it's going to be for me, Google Streak and paper, you know, kind of the combo of the two. But I'm excited to see at least if it's in one concrete spot that I could keep going back to with my Google Forms to be like, they already said they're in this one. And then when they're finished that program, all right, here you go, fill it out again. What program is next? So I can kind of keep them in the momentum of knowing like what the hell they're doing. Because as you know, when you have 1 million people, it's like, how do you keep up with that?
Kelly, I want to say this too. This has been super helpful for those of you that don't use Streak. I wish that I would have started this when I was new. Like,
Huge.
Systems were not my thing at all ever for 5 years, and I'm finding it so much easier with Streak because I used to just go check in on like hundreds of people, like one-on-one. If you have a Streak, you can literally copy paste right out of your Coach Online office the person's name, add their email, and then I type in like what they sign up with, Beachbody On Demand, Shakeology, 2B Mindset, whatever. It enters the date they start. But what I'm finding it helpful for is I just auto select all of my active customers and I send out like weekly emails. So it might be like the nutrition plan for the week or whatever. But I wanted to mention this specifically in terms of setting an intention for the people joining the MBF launch, is like set the intention before they actually start the group that like we're going all in on this. Like, let's get in there, let's engage, let's comment, let's interact every single day, like show up for your journey, because I'm finding that setting that intention before they actually start helps with the engagement versus like throwing people in a group and expecting them, like hoping they're gonna show up. But like putting that as a part of like your welcome, that you have that expectation, like take your before photos, show up in the group. The more you show up, the better experience you're gonna have, and it's been really helpful.
Rachel, I just to chime in on what you just said before, I don't have the pro. I just have the regular Streak. And the regular streak, I legit have like insane amount, like, I don't know, like over 300, let's say, free leads. Like I send emails, like tonight, my email, I sent over 200 emails, and it literally was one same like paragraph. And I just wrote like, click, 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 send, done, walked away, and then did this call. Like, I don't pay anything for the streak that I'm using.
Yeah, I got an email. It's actually because you taught me how to use it. And so I've actually been like really hammering out emails lately and stuff. And you're probably under a 90-day trial right now.
But I've
That's
been
what
using
happened
it
to
for a
me.
year, like over like a year and a half. So
So I literally just started. I like just happened to notice in my account, and then I like like whatever, like there was like a live chat, and they were like, yeah, you're under a 90-day trial. It's turning into a paid program if you use it for follow-ups and sending mass emails. So I copied and pasted. I don't want to keep track of the trial because it's going to just start charging me $15 a month. So I just copy and pasted all my emails, and I'm just using Streak to like organize who I'm following up with versus active and what program they're in. And
it's weird. I never even got that. I've been doing it for a while. Like, you're not in pro. I guess
I got it too, Rachel. It popped up for me too, the same like chat window live, and then it pulled up the membership options, and somehow like I X'd it out and reopened my Gmail, and then I didn't see it anymore. So
it's just automatically putting you under a 90-day trial. I'm just letting you guys know. They're taking away like all the, like most of the features you're using right now for free. They're taking it away, and they're making it $15 a month.
Weird. I haven't given a credit card, so they don't have like money. They don't have a way to like contact me for my money.
They're billing you. Like they'll bill you to your email.
Well,
I'm just letting you know.
You know what? Honestly, probably
letting
for me, for $15 for how easy and time consuming it is for me, I think it's probably worthwhile. Like I've gotten away this long, but the fact that I literally will take like a hot second and press boom, done, and can send like one newsletter of like 600 people, and I don't have to like, I think it's just easy. And I think for me, like it'd be worth it because everything is right there.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to knock on wood that somehow I'm getting away with this right now.
Yeah, I think you're just under the trial. I'm just giving you a heads up. Probably in another like 60 days, you're going to see $15 bill start coming through your email.
Maybe they're like, she's old. She's been here for a year and a half. We're going to let her slide.
All right, you guys, on nutrition app this weekend, go into your Nutrition Plus app or download the app and explore. You can go into videos, and my To Be Mindset is right there with all the videos in it and all the resources, or I was looking for the word. So go in there. If you have the program, it will be there. I'm exploring. I'm going to touch base with my challengers, but we should definitely be talking about this Nutrition Plus app from the get-go in like now, in the prep week, in the prep days, in the first 3 weeks of MBF, and just saying like you have access to all these things, even if you don't like have it down to a T. Go in there and start experimenting with dinners or recipes from either plan or whatever, and just getting that nutrition component pushed out in this group to really make sure that we're helping our challengers the best ways that we can, and giving them access to this Nutrition Plus before a month goes by and they're like, I haven't used it, and we're like, yep, bad coach, like didn't even tell you that you had access to that. So explore it yourself, get a little familiar with the Nutrition Plus app. Anyone who got the MBF has both programs, so they'll have it all in their pocket, easy on the go. Sound good?
Boomerang time before bedtime.
I already snapped y'all. Go ahead, whoever's boomerang.
I'm gonna boomerang. So
I was like, no one.
do some kind of crazy dance. Usually we're all doing this. Yeah, cute. Awesome energy, you guys. Let's crush it.
Lots of information today. Let's go out and keep just rolling this energy into MBF and get your commitments done this weekend. Like if you're committing to it Monday, like focus in, what are you doing for nutrition? Get your before photos done, get your measurements done, and go in that group and write in your why. Like, we're asking challengers to do it. Let's all make that commitment too. And just make it like a really badass 3 weeks together doing this program. Good night, all. Thank you all for joining. Babies, hi.